Oh, mate, I was just started my plumbing business 18 months ago. Real new to this, and I always had the idea of growing a bit bigger.
Yep.
Trying to get the crew to 10 upwards.
Yep.
And I was just talking to a Sparky mate of mine just recently. He's got 27 staff.
Good.
And he said if he could do it again, he would, downsize 1 to 3 people just for the lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm caught in between what to do.
Yeah, cool. Okay. All right. Well, but I mean, if the question is should I build a 1 to 3 or a 27 person team, that's an identity issue. The identity of the business is they are so vastly different that you've just got to work out what you want to build, because you can have a very profitable. Actually, let me rephrase that. You could have a fairly profitable 1 to 3 person plumbing team, right? You could have a very, very profitable 27 person plumbing team.
Okay.
So you can have both of those. One is obviously building around a lifestyle because you don't want the headache. One is actually going to build a business, right? Because you could build a 1 to 3 person plumbing business without being very entrepreneurial. You just got to get more clients than you could service on your own, and you've probably done it. The person that would go and build a 27 person plumbing team, that requires entrepreneurship, because it requires somebody who's going to, take those risks, probably raise some capital, because you've got to buy 27 cars and 27 uniforms and 27 da-da-da-da, and probably go and spend $100,000 a year on marketing to be able to get the clients in the door, to be able to keep 27 mouths fed. So, but what you don't want to do is you don't want to believe your mate with the electrical business, because there is no correlation between having 27 people and not making any money. The variable in that business is your mate. If he's a bad leader and a bad marketer and a bad process guy and a terrible boss, of course he's not going to make any money. He probably wouldn't make any money with 6 people, right? So
I think he's doing all right, but I think he stays in his business too much. Like he's there all the time, and he's putting a lot of hours in.
I guess that's what I mean. It's a leadership issue. Like if you're running 27 guys, you should be throwing off enough money to be able to pay more team to take the tasks off you, right? There is a critical mass that takes place, and at 27, you're doing however many millions, maybe 7 to 10, maybe even 5 to 7, 7 to 8, somewhere around there, maybe. And then at that point, you should be making enough money to be and then you've got to redeploy that money into team members that can take the work off you, right? So that you get your time back. Sure. Like, because remember, here's something to consider. You can't sell a 1 to 3 person plumbing business, and if you can sell it, you're selling it for next to nothing. The reason why you go and build a 27 person plumbing business and run it for 10 years is because you make loads of money on the way through and then sell it for a few million at the end. Like, it has intrinsic value. Somebody from a different state who wants to get into your state comes in and just buys your entire business, and then they can run from day one. Like, there are other benefits, and that's why I'm saying it's a little bit more entrepreneurial. But you know what? If you said to me, I'm only looking for a 1 to 3 person plumbing business so that I can take, so I can work part-time and put some guys on and have flexibility and go to the beach every morning and afternoon, fine. If that's what you want, then go build that. But don't let somebody else's story that you don't know the details of put you off going to build your vision.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
You can grow into a 27 person business. You're going to have to learn to grow like we all do, right? As you already probably have. It's not going to be doing more of what you've already done. It's going to be different things. You're going to have to do a lot more learning in a HR department. It's bigger, but then the payoff is bigger. So
yeah, sure.
So I just wouldn't want to take one case scenario and make it mine, because I just don't know enough about the inner workings of that. Because I personally have taken a Sparky business from 80 grand to 10 million in sales, similar sort of staff. They probably had a few more staff, but they were throwing off profits, and and they worked hard, but you're going to work hard if you're a 1 or 3 person plumbing business, because that's the only way you can make money with 1 or 3 people is work hard. So I kind of feel like if you want to be entrepreneurial and build a great business, don't let anybody put you off. Just go and run at it and learn. And remember, every mistake is only a mistake if you make it twice, right? You are going to have to go through a lifelong journey of making loads of mistakes. And your job then is to spot them, learn from them, systemize them so they don't happen again, and keep running. And that's the only way I've seen businesses grow, right? So, you know, and maybe your mates lost the fortitude to keep growing. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess there's a big stigma. I'm sort of rural, and there's a big stigma, you know, attached to running your own business and doing everything yourself. And I'm very aware that I need to employ other people to grow, not quickly, but grow bigger.
Yeah, definitely. Whereabouts are you?
I'm about 3 hours inland from the Sunshine Coast.
So what would that be called?
That'd be Mergen.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Kingaroy.
Oh, yeah, yep, got it. Yep, know where that is.
Yeah.
Beautiful part of Queensland.
Yeah, it's real nice. But there's this.
But
everyone wants to talk to the boss, and everyone wants to, you know.
Yeah, until they can't. Like, I reckon people are pretty versatile. You know, like one of the reasons why that culture probably exists is because no one's building big businesses. You know, like I mean, there are some massive businesses in the centre of Australia, right? In remote Australia, there are some massive businesses. You know, and you don't expect to speak to the owner if there's 400 staff. So it's the same thing. Like, over the time between having 1 staff and 27, you can just start to train your clients and put a team around you of really qualified people and let the market know that they're more qualified than you in certain areas and to contact them. I mean, that's, I guess, the difference between what we don't know about Old Mate's story and how you could do it different. You could probably just factor all of this stuff into your growth and execute better along the way so that it was a better business at 27 people. The irony here is that if you get 27 people right, you've got a phenomenal lifestyle business because you probably never have to go in. You're probably going to go in for half a day a week to motivate your team and check on the numbers and leave. Because at that point, it can carry a general manager it can absorb the overhead of a general manager in the business without draining on the cash flow. And you probably don't need to be there except leading your team and casting vision, which would be the best use of your time. Yeah. You get a better lifestyle business when it's bigger than when it's smaller. Let me just say.
Yeah. Okay. That was one of my questions: having a business manager in place instead of yourself, sort of thing.
Yes, and you're probably going to have to invest in that person before you're comfortable. And they're probably going to cost you 80 to 100 grand a year, and they're not going to be recoverable because they're going to be internal overhead, not necessarily out in the field. But you're probably going to want to get to a team of 6 to 8 technicians before you make that investment. Now that might seem early, but what that does by putting them in is it gives you your time back to go and meet clients and win contracts to get you to the next level. Most people are waiting for the money to come in before they make the investment for the manager. You've got to invest in the manager before you're comfortable. That's what gives you the time back to go and chase down the growth.